Hey, my name is Silva and I'm a shadow sister. And this is a special Sunday wildcard reading. And this is called Taurus. So I have not maybe done ever reading just for one sign, and I decided I start now. Every Sunday I will make these zodiac readings for all 12 star signs. And I will use a wildcard model where I use my own spreads, but they are based on the crystals that you get. The wildcard comes from the 7 cards that are here based on the crystal, and then the spread as well comes from this. So these are spreads that I have designed especially. I keep designing them also for the seasons and fitting to the kind of celestial events. It's very inspiring to have like a active tarot. Like the tarot is not dead. Tarot is something that lives, and your own persona is so much how you as a reader. And I'm a graphic designer originally. The whole why, because I read tarot cards, is because I started to design my own cards. And as they are 78 and they are not ready, I have like 22 cards ready out of 78. I decided to start making these YouTube videos to record this process of me mastering the tarot. And so far I have, in 1 year, I have, in my own opinion, started to learn reading the tarot cards so that I can already now start to do the zodiac sign readings. And this is kind of new territory for me. And I think I will develop better in these zodiac sign readings while I go. But this is a new challenge for the next school year, and I'm taking it with both hands. So let's go, Taurus. Let's see which is your crystal, and everything comes from that. So Taurus is solar plexus chakra, hero stories. Taurus people are good heroes in the sense like that you need to have your feet on the ground if you are like wanting to really get things done. So like this is connected to beautifully. I have this stellar gateway activation, very kind of not feet on the ground cards here, but maybe Taurus, you will benefit of this. So you get your wild card first is from this. And then let's see which is your spread. So you will have, interesting. You are gonna have Ukonpakka, that is a Finnish deck. I have this for multiple, not just for one crystal. So I have this new deck from Finland. Let me show you this beautiful book. So Ukonpakka is this Kalevala, our national epoch in Finland. We have these beautiful Kalevala stories. Swedish and Norwegian and Scandinavian have the Viking stories, but we have our very own Kalevala story. So there is now this deck about that. Every stories are in Finnish, so I will briefly translate what fits to this reading. So your spread is sun and a moon, and then archetype cards. So which should I do first? Maybe I lay all them in the deck. So sun and the moon means that what you are aware in your situation. These readings will be always published on Sunday. So you could take this as good advice for your next week, for example, until the next Sunday. So what you are aware of your situation and what you are not aware. What is the moon? What is the moon? And then we have these archetype cards. So I thought this was so short reading otherwise, so that's why I put additional spread. And this is not from me. This is the sun and the moon. Yes, I do it in the ShadowSisterHealing. It's a very nice, because the moon is also subconscious, and subconscious is the shadow work. The work with your shadow is a lot to deal with this unconscious part of yourself. So it's very important to become conscious, because unconscious is also devil. So the more you are aware, the more capacity you have to live a full life. And I wish everybody can maybe heal some parts, just reading these readings. Maybe it can be like a opening a little bit some mind to see more clear. So we are doing this root, heart, and crown spread from this archetype, the wild unknown archetype. Let me take this here. Yeah, it's called Summon the Divine. I thought it was very fitting with this kind of stellar gateway activation and then Summon the Divine. So we will summon the divine, Taurus. Maybe just overall that you got this kind of hero stories and you got this kind of big energies is to really understand what is important in your life. What is the root of your core archetypal foundation? You should be aware. This card represents the grounding or lack, and which you navigate core fears, habits, and stuckness. And it can also point out your primary relationship, family origin, and current community, or lovers. And then we have the heart, what is in your heart and residing and living in your heart. And it's okay, there's coming even, I'm not gonna look it, I'm gonna put it also, the second card just jumping. So this is like a deep longing, calling, or conflict that is at the center of the centers within the psyche. And without knowing and spending time with this energy within the heart, one can never be satisfied. So you got two cards to show that what you need to be satisfied. What are the elements, the core elements that you should pay attention this week or in all your life. And then crown is kind of crown on your head like a king or queen. Archetypal energy of the divinity within. This card represents the part of you that wants to reach beyond the self towards heaven. The card may show what is blocking this ascension. It can give you an idea of how you serve the world. Very big energies, like actually on the core of the guru is that guru has to be good guru. Okay, you got two cards as well. Okay, it's going to be long reading. Good gurus know that they have to serve the world. They don't. The egotist is the enemy of gurus. Like you have to become really compassionate about the other people. Like what are the other people's needs? Okay, let's start with this archetype. So, root is the threshold. Okay, this is something that you have like boundaries. It's very grounding thing also in the sense of Taurus. There is this certain threshold in your root. Let's see, this is, which one was this? It's archetypal place is in your, maybe you are very, Tauruses are usually very location faithful to be in the same, living in like not moving too far from the origin. So maybe there is this kind of like what kind of threshold? What are your like limits? In this case, it's the door, the gate, the initiation. When light, individuation, growth, ease in the liminal. When dark, resisting, refusal to grow, barriers, boundaries. What can I read from this? In Hindu mythology, Ganesh is the ultimate gatekeeper. Look to the great elephant god for support. Hecate, Janus, and Mention are also watching over you. Okay, I'm gonna read the main text. I think this was kind of like over there. We cross thresholds continually, consciously and unconsciously. Doorways, gates, and entryways grace our paths on a daily basis. When this card, let's show it. Maybe I put it here. Yeah, I should know it's not made for this hand. Okay, let's hold this. When this card arises, it signifies that the precipice you stand upon is not your typical one. However, you have arrived at the threshold of initiation, here to usher you into a new reality. It requires you to leave behind the you that you thought was so well formed, and new frontier calls. This is not easy work. Threshold initiation means a part of you will be lost in order to make space for what is next. A metaphorical death must occur. Some may not recognize you. You may struggle to recognize yourself. The ground seems to crumble as you freewall into your new reality. This is the liminal realm. One step, dear friend, just take one necessary step forward towards the future that calls you. So that is on the ground, that there should be some kind of change. How you have used to do your things. In the heart, then we have two things. Okay, the one, beautiful universal energy, unity. And the mother. Oh, okay, Taurus, you are really like you should remember kind of like our origin, the universe. Like this shows me like a universe, but kind of universe is the mother too. I see it as a feminine energy, like expanding or like opening, or like this is really like a universe, feminine stuff. And the mother. So you have very big energies in your heart. And what did I say earlier? What was this sentence? Because I have to repeat it, I think. This is in your heart currently. The one and the mother. Very big energies. This is the first actually of all these archetypes, is mother. We begin our archetypal story with the mother's love. Through her sensual, fertile, and life-giving energy, all creation takes form. Regardless of our birth story, each of our hearts beat for the first time in the warm womb of the mother, where she offered resources from her body for the building of our own. Yet her tale is not so simple, as the mother, especially on the earth plane, contains both light and dark aspects of the feminine. With the best of intentions, the mother wraps her loving arms around her creations and begins to grip what she meant to set free. The mother both nurtures and prohibits growth. She gives yet clings. She creates yet restricts. Amid this complex energy, the mother holds the key to the eternal challenge of love. So Taurus, you have a mother in your heart. And the one. Like the first and the last. It's interesting. These are like archetype of self, and you got, this is first one, XXX in this book is the last. So it's almost like whole spectrum of selves. Like how much the mother love can expand. It can expand until you are one with the universe or something, like very interesting. Like Taurus is even a Venus sign. Empress and Hierophant are like tarot cards that are connected to Taurus. So you should really, like these two are really coming here, because this would be the Empress and this would be the Hierophant, because there is the kind of like keyhole to the universe. Like the Hierophant is always having access to the teachings and to the mysteries that not many have. Anyway, it's gonna be a long reading. I want you to have this because I think this is important. This time we have the blue full moon that is really magical. A blue full moon also, actually very interesting. Blue full moon, there is two moons in one month. There was in the first of like this one, there was one moon now in the 1st of August, and there is in the last of these days, there is the full moon in Pisces, the blue moon. So it's kind of this, and moon is a mother energy. Full moon is really a mother energy. So, I mean, this is really pointing, this moment, this energy is really, really strong. Wow. something magical. Really, Taurus now, you should like, and you have this threshold also, like how far you can stretch your world. Okay, wait, the threshold is here. Like how long is the how you call it, napanuora, the belly cord of the mother? How long? Because it's almost like this is belly cord of the baby, this rope here. Like how long you have, how far you can go from your mother. Like actually comment on the section if this hits you, like do you live with your mother, or how far, how many kilometers is there the mother? Maybe you do keep her close, but it's healthy also to have your own, how you call it, that you individuate, that you know who you are, that you are the one, not the mother. You are the one. Like we might be in love with the mother type or something, but eventually, like everything is one. Okay, the one. So what you do matters. Non-duality, one love, unus mundus. Our ability to experience this archetype firsthand is limited. It comes in brief and potent moments that we are left to savor for a lifetime. The one is both the energy that unites all living beings and our capacity to sense this intimate union. This archetype eludes us most of our lives, appearing as a concept in a distant galaxy. Yet when we are in the midst of its power, a solemn reverence falls across all the land. Glimpse ourselves in the vastness of all consciousness and are neither small nor large within that field. We are neither important nor unimportant. All duality fades away and we are left with that. Is the precious knowing that life is a gift and we are both the giver and the receiver of this fortune. When light serves, loves, accepts, resonates. When dark ignores, omits, excludes. It is said that Om is the primordial sound of the universe and that all other mantras are born from it. Simply imagining this possibility will activate the one. So you could start saying Om. Om. Starting to rain. Om. Okay. Let's see what is in your crown. You got also two. Okay, so you have the maiden. That's interesting. Really, you have a mother and a maiden. Maiden is this young woman energy that's here in the crown. Beautiful. And the animal. So for you, this kind of innocent feminine energy is very important. Oh, now it's rains a lot. And then also the animal, like instinctual. Maiden is also innocent in the sense that it's kind of like the Fool card in that it's it is not wounded. It has everything ahead of, like the life ahead. We have the crown, maiden, and the animal. What was the thing about? I want to come back to this, like the divinity within. Is this? It's almost like a, because Fool is Red Riding Hood, and then there is the wolf. There's almost like this story here, Red Riding Hood on your crown. Part of you that wants to reach beyond the self toward heaven. Beauty and the Beast. Okay. How much I can read this? Let's see the maiden first. It's one archetype here. 8. Is archetype 8. Number 8 actually is beautiful. We are still in August. So it's beautiful, like yeah. It's like a child, 8 years old. And that's you want to protect. Maybe something happened when you were 8 years old. Maybe there's something there. Often we get very much like the shift from childhood is like, maybe you're like a child and you're 6 or 7, but 8, you start to be already into school and you start to be like understanding more. Maybe there's something there. Okay, in this case, it's virgin, the princess, the innocent. The maiden archetype is the epitome of innocent arousal, naive sensuality, and precarious purity. She's compelling and addictive because of her flawless and youthful glow. She's the first archetype in the trifecta of maiden, mother, crone, and rightfully so because she has oh so much to learn. The maiden is perfectly positioned for trouble to come her way and subject her to a challenge that leads to the next phase of womanhood. She must grow up, yet hesitates at the threshold, enamored by the charms of youth. The maiden represents the side of us that is riveted and curious, drawn to shadowy forests, dark nights, and taking just one taste of poison fruit. Her magic is edgy and includes both shame and delight. Let yourself fall down the rabbit hole, young one. When light, curious, enchanting, sensual, full of vitality, when dark, pretends, projects, denies, fantasize. There's this text about moving from the maiden to the mother is challenging, often leaving unresolved tension between two archetypes for years, if not a lifetime. Then we have the animal. It's really like this girl is having a wolf. It's really like this. There's coming this girl and a wolf, like a Red Riding Hood and a wolf. But this is like a young girl. Animal, beautiful. You maybe like animals. Maybe you have a pet. Maybe that's part of your thing. And I mean, I'm trying to read this for this week, but this animal comes strongly in your divine and the maiden. So maybe you have children you take care of. Because it's the holiday season still. Yeah, it makes sense. It's still the holiday season before the school starts, so it's kind of making sense that you take care of the princesses and kids and the animals, and you have maybe still holiday before the school starts. In your heart, you are like a mother taking care. Animal. Okay, let's put this. That's very divine power you have. The beast, the wild one, the she-wolf. We are mammals, the hair on our chest and between our legs remind us so. We try hard to deny our unrefined animalistic nature, yet through this archetype we tap into power and direction. Activating the animal within means reawakening our relationship to nature in the most broad and embodied sense, drinking from waterfalls, roaring at the moon, opening eyes underwater, eating berries from the vine. The life force of our planet begs us to set down the devices, the constraints, and the social constructs and remember the warm blood that pulses through our veins. The animal longs for breath, food, procreation, and physicality. It wants soil under our nails and starlight on our skin. If this all sounds terrible, unsophisticated to you, take note that it is said that when Buddha became enlightened, he roared like a great lion. When light, vital, elemental, alive, dances, when dark, savagery, pent-up emotion, lashing out. Notice your resistance to the animal within. Where does it come from? What has it kept you from doing, wild one? Okay, Taurus, you become really like a wild bull, wild bullfighting. You know, okay, I'm not gonna bullfight any Taurus, but I mean there is like an animal clearly here in your crown, wanting to be noticed as well. This kind of bit innocent energy, or that you want to protect the innocent. Sometimes in our psyche, the monsters are there to protect the innocent and the light. So don't be afraid to kind of go into psychology to understand your shadow or like your subconscious mind, because indeed the monsters are just there to protect The monsters are there to keep some boundaries also, like what is the wild world in the psyche also, like it's important to protect that. Okay, now we have what is your sun and the moon. The sun is Louhi. Wow, Empress card from Kalevala. This is old white, old like a witch from the north. It's kind of like a mother. Yeah, this is a mother because she is like putting a competition to 3 men who are after the beautiful maiden of the north. So I mean, there is the mother and then there's the maiden. So there's kind of like the story here is almost like, because you have this in your conscious. Do you have kids that are teenager or something and they have some suitor and you should be protecting your princess, because this is coming really like the Kalevala story. She has very beautiful daughter and she is like protecting the daughter and putting like an impossible task. Wow, there is a rainbow. Wow. Okay, it started to rain before beginning of your reading, but now there's a rainbow. Okay, I'm gonna take a picture of this while I'm gonna show this. Okay. So nice to get this. So dark light. Beautiful rainbow. Rainbow is always like spirits around. Mother is here also. This Empress is really like a mother. It's a Taurus card. It's a Taurus card. You are having Taurus reading and you have a Taurus Empress card. What I was saying just, and it's a full moon area, is a mother energy. The mother is now very important. And the abundance come from there also. But let's read this. This is interesting, this Finnish stories. It's totally different edge to it. So it's all aligned, these cards. I'm happy to see this. The evil witch of the north. Yeah. Matriarch, queen, protector, the spirit and material connection, inside and outside well-being, wisdom of woman, like a female wisdom, able to solve issues, wholeness, beauty, spirituality, and grounding all together. Oh my God, this rainbow is so beautiful. Now it's sunny. Wow, this is it's so big. Is it a double rainbow? Because there's no, it's one, but it's like very bright. Now I'm gonna take a picture of it. Now I get a picture. Yes, I'm telling you, this is a magical period. This is the magical period that we are having here. I'm sure. Okay, so you can combine this Louhi to the kind of Persephone in a underworld, or like a, and the village of the north, the ruler. And the north, this north village was said to be like all the sickness and all the problems came from that place. Like she could put a curse on you. Yeah, she could make the very cold winter. It's all these words of the winter that I don't know how to translate. Pakkanen, puhuri, viima. And also all the beasts from the nature she could put against you. She had a power, like a shamanist power, to put this animal is coming here. She could put that against you, like a, but not a bear, any other one, like wolves usually. She also had daughters that were the most beautiful in the whole world, and every Kalevala heroes wanted to have. Okay, now we have the hero story here. So she had these daughters that the heroes wanted to compete. Yeah, even though the Louhi is usually a bad woman, and the north, this Pohjola north is like the man-eaters are living there, and the sinking of the men. She also is very attractive and powerful. She is intuitive and sensible and wise and strong female leader. Yeah, you need all these these skills to have a good life. And her power comes from the inside richness, and she doesn't have to compromise. Her intuitive wisdom is very well seeing, and she is getting rich, and she doesn't waste money to nonsense. Louhi is wise and doesn't give her treasures away, and she thinks always for her own wealth first. She understands her power and know how to use her abilities for the best result. So this card, this would be your sun card, so you should be aware of that you are, I think you are like that, Taurus, because this is a Taurus card even, the Empress. This is, I mean, maybe there is some criticism, like the negative traits that you might also have as a Taurus, but the person has a strong will and self-conscious, and is the head of a family and makes the important choices. But despite of the strength, she's also very sensible and taking care of others. But nobody can turn her head easily and fool her, because she sees the situation as they are and is piercingly seeing you through you. Anyway, this card is giving you like a advice that even if you want to be very independent, don't forget other people's needs, and be careful of that your behavior might become manipulative. So pay attention for that in yourself and other. Okay, Louhi made the men to compete for the daughter, but eventually she was a nice mother, because she said that the daughter could eventually choose herself with who she wanted to be. So also you should let your own dear ones choose themselves and be free what is best for them, and let them choose also. Yes. Okay, if you have a daughter, you can give wise guidance, but eventually you should respect the decision. Okay, what you are not aware in this situation? Tapio. Okay, this is the King of Pentacle, I think. Is the king of the forest, very earth kind of person. And there's this kind of horns here, like Taurus. Yeah, Tapi is the king of Pentacle. So you are not aware of, like, you are aware of this kind of mother energy. Maybe you see that in the others, but you're not aware of that you can be the king of Pentacle and you can be actually the king. You see maybe Maybe you are seeking like the power from others or your mother, but you don't understand that you can be the King of Pentacle yourself. I mean, that's even Taurus card as well. King of Pentacle is the Taurus card. It's the kind of like a wealthy king who is slowly making the wealth. But it comes with good decisions, of course. Let me read something from there. You have very powerful cards. I'm happy to see. It's almost like a king and a queen, but it's almost like more like a, this is not the queen, this is like the mother. So it's like a mother and a son. And yeah, you have something to do with your mother relationship and how you are the son. I will see. Oh, you have good people also. Okay, so this is about success, well-being, bravery, ability to enjoy your life, community, gentle leader, having goals as a leader, knowing thyself, practical and loyal, or like a trustable person. So Tapio is the main king of the forest. And he can bless you with like a good catch as a hunter. I was also gardening the trees and the plants in the forest. Especially for the mooses, he was like a god. So the fox was called as the dog of the Tapio, and the bear was the bull of the Tapio. Interestingly, that this mother figure could not, any other beast she could make attack the people to protect the north, but she could not do that for the bear, but he can. He has the fox as his dog and the bear as his bull. Interesting. Yeah, this card, this is in the moon position, you're not aware, but it advises you to respect what you do for a living. The ideal would be that every person can work on something that they are skillful and what they enjoy. The card is making you consider how could you enjoy more in your current work more. If you already enjoy your work, then think about if you don't enjoy your work, then what else you should do instead. Or could you check your attitude and be more grateful? Okay, so this is still, it's kind of long reading, how long I've been going. We have still the stellar gateway activation. That is Seraphim's gateway, voice activation, angelic attunement, divine support. Looks like you have like a divine support, so you should have things going well with your work because you have a divine support here. I'm gonna read briefly and then we stop this. It's become a long reading, but I'm interested to see all these things that is coming. Number is, there is no numbers, I decided to write it. Seraphim's gateway. Okay. So this is a voice activation, angelic attunement, divine support. The seraphim are the highest form of angelic beings who are said to radiate from the heart of source. They have been described in many different ways through the ages, but what is common is the idea that a brilliant light emanates from them. The word seraphim means burning ones, for in ancient times light was associated with fire, as this was the main source of light within homes. These beings of infinite light are essentially divine love that is taking on an angelic form in order to serve the universe. When they have appeared physically, they have been described as having 6 wings, and they are known for their heavenly voices. In fact, miraculous planetary shifts are reported to take place when they sing. In the heavenly realms, they sing in constant praise of the Creator. Other angelic presences report to them with regard to their spiritual duty as it were. It doesn't operate in such a linear way, but this is the best way for us to understand the process. If you have ever woken up hearing your name being sung, the seraphim have visited you. When they come to you, know that you are blessed to be in the presence of angelic beings that emanate directly from the heart of Source. Their voices will help awaken the angelic presence you hold within so that you can support the expansion of the world. Okay, it's very like these stories are all very like going beyond, but I mean, during this reading, we had a rainbow. So I mean, we had already like a sky stuff, now there's not anymore, but things are happening here. So I'm gonna still read. You are blessed to receive the light of the seraphim. Know that these beings of infinite light are singing your name in the heavens to unlock the power of your own voice. Let's leave it to that. So, I mean, you overall, you got a lot of cards. You have to know your boundaries and your threshold, like how far you can reach. But you had this from mother to kind of infinite. You have this one, and then you have this seraphim there too. So somehow you seem to be very blessed this week. You have your own cards. Both are your own cards, Taurus cards. Empress and the Major Arcana and the King of Pentacles. So this also the wise king who knows how to spend the money, right? So like that is in your shadow side, that is in your moon. So maybe you underestimate your ability to handle your own money because you are just focusing on this mother figure or like this feminine energy or something like that, and you don't understand how much this kind of masculine power you have, that you can take care of your own wealth as a wise king. You have there. Then you have even this hero story. Don't be servant, but be a hero. So a warrior. And you could really, maybe you are very gifted also with your voice. So you could sing. That's also coming true. Or something about this is like, maybe there is some music that helps you when you work and you listen to certain kind of music. Maybe that gives you extra like a energy boost. So, okay, this is your reading, Taurus. I'm happy to see these powerful energies. And if you like this reading, press the like button and share or comment or subscribe, especially to my channel if you didn't already. And I continue to do these wildcard readings every Sunday, and let's see what's then happen. But this is for you this week. Very beautiful family energies. Okay, bye.